Hey, fathers, let me have a word with you for a few. Matter of fact, your children can listen to this too, as well as any lady that may have had a baby from you. So in other words, I want everybody to listen to my point of view. But I want all the fathers to especially pay attention to these few words that I'm about to mention. Every year in June, a day is set aside to honor all fathers, local and worldwide. It's a day of honor filled with pride. Some fathers even get a brand new ride. Congratulations on that, those who get the brand new ride. A lot of fathers are there. Unfortunately, some hide. They're not around. They haven't been around. A good father will love, protect, encourage, and guide. Fathers, are you doing that? Are you giving the proper love, protection, encouragement, and guidance to your child? They'll do whatever legal it takes to make money and provide. Sometimes that may mean working 2 or 3 jobs to take care of that child that you brought into this world. Much respect to those good fathers who have died. May they rest in peace. They are gone from this earth and now stand by the Lord's side, leaving a good example to their children can stay in stride by following the laws of the land, and in God they abide. Fathers, are you teaching your children to obey authority, to follow the laws of the land, to follow God's plan? Father, are you there to give an example so they will have ample examples of what they should do and what they shouldn't do? Being a father is much, much more than bringing a child into the world. Anyone can have sex to bring a child into the world. That's the easy part. But what are you doing to mentor, to nourish, to encourage that child? Whether your child is a handsome little boy or a beautiful little girl. Now listen up and pay attention to these few words that I'm going to say. You may be a man who has fathered many. That doesn't necessarily make you a man because you have children aplenty. Are you a man that has children by 3 to 4 women or more? Do you have so many children, it's hard for you to keep the score? If you are a person like that, you are nothing but a male whore, going around having all these children from all these different women, and you're not there to take care of them. It's hard enough to take care of one child in the proper relationship with that one woman. But there are some that have a multiplicity of women and a multiplicity of children that sometimes they don't even know if that particular child is theirs, or they don't even know what that child likes and dislikes are. They don't know much about that particular child. Because what they do, they're just a rolling stone, going from home to home, looking for different women so they can lay up and bone. Ladies, stop opening your leg for all these different men. Raise the bar up higher. if they don't have the necessary means, the necessary mindset, don't bother them. Leave them alone. Guys and ladies, before the next time you get busy, make sure that these guys drop by the drugstore so they can get that jacket, that raincoat to cover it up. Or just tell them no. Sometimes, guys, you need to keep 2 or 3 of those things in the top or bottom drawer so you'll always be prepared. It's past time for you to start taking care of your own. You helped make them. We didn't. So take care of them, at least until they're grown, because they are your own. Start today getting acquainted with all, especially the ones that you may not know. Be the father that all children need and deserve. And stop getting on society's last and final nerve. It's not society's obligation to take care of your child. That is your obligation. That is your main and primary obligation, to take care of your child, not society's. But unfortunately, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, society will step in and help them out, while you out there just running wild and about. You yourself may have had a father that was no good, but you yourself be that father that you know that you should. Don't keep having children if you are not financially able. Raise them up so they can grow up stable. If you don't have the means and the wherewithal to take care of a child, don't even think about laying with a woman and bringing another child into this world. A real man would make sure that they have those necessary things that they can take care of the child with. Well, a man who, for lack of a better word, is a dog. He's just jumping around from woman to woman like a frog on a log. Fathers, don't provoke your children to anger or wrath. Assist them to walk down and stay on the right path. And for them to stay on the right path, you yourself have to be on the right path. So fathers, if you're not on the right path, get on the right path and show your kids proper guidance by you being on the right path and showing them what they need to do to stay on the right path. Be there to help them with their homework, including their math. You don't need to be out there running the streets or laying with different women and sheet to sheet. You need to be there with your kids, helping them with their homework the best to your ability. Show them by your actions as well as your word. If one contradicts the other, it's truly absurd. I'm going to say that again. Show them by your actions as well as your word. If one contradicts the other, it's truly absurd. Your word and your walk, they have to be on the same accord. You can't say one thing and do another. You can't do another thing and say one thing. They can't contradict each other. They have to align with each other. So your kid will know what to do by hearing you talk and the way of your lively walk. Teach them the right ways of life. It's best to have children with a loving wife. Now I'm going to say that again. Teach them the right ways of life. It's best to have children with a loving wife. That is how God intended it to be. For a man and a woman to be married and procreate. In God's eyes, that is tremendously great. Respect to all of the good men who have taken on the father's role. You possibly saved a child from going out of control by being there to shape and mold and help that kid. If you are a man that mentored a child, you help them grow and walk many a mile. To the men who were there when their birth father was not, you showed a child true love, whether you were single or taught or not. There are a lot of good men who are there with that lady who's not the father, but they're there to help that child and mentor that child. Whether they are married to that child's mother, or whether they're single, or whether they're married to somebody else, they're there in that child's life, instructing them, guiding them, teaching them, helping them, assisting them, trying to keep them to stay on the right road. Fathers are not always perfect all the time, but we do have the best intentions on our mind. We're not perfect, but we have your best intentions on our mind. You may not always agree with what we do, but we want to see you be successful. We want to see you rise above what we came up through. We want to see you go ahead of us in life. We want to see you soar like an eagle. To all that still have a father here, show your love to them, for he is dear. I'm going to say that again. Show your love to him, to let him know he's dear. And I put special emphasis on show. Just don't say, Father, I love you, I love you. Do something. Cook him a breakfast, cook him some dinner, make him some lunch. Do something special for him. Wash the car, cut the grass, clean up your room, clean up the house. Do something that actually show your father that you love him. Bake him a cake, bake him some brownies. Just do something to show that you love him. Because love without action, love without showing someone that you love them or care for them, to me is dead. It has nothing. It's nothing by itself. It's like faith without works. You can say, oh, you got all the faith in the world, but if your lifestyle doesn't show that you have faith, it's no good. You know, even the devils believe. The devil's doing something about it. The devils tremble. And they know they found a faith. So show your love for the Father, because he showed his love by doing things for you. He could have taken his money and his time and done other things, but he wanted to make sure that he provided for you and he cared for you and he was there for you. So show your love to him, for he is really a dear person. So that is the conclusion of Word Up Fathers, a poem with commentary. And I hope the fathers, the ladies, and the children will listen to these words and let them germinate in your mind and your spirit and your heart. And fathers, if you're not right, today you can get a fresh start. Amen to that. God bless everyone that heard the sound of these words. Once again, word up, fathers.